person who has visited many countries and really misses traveling as much as we are. Let's welcome with us here in the studio Mr. Faris Almussallam, professional traveler, and good morning.
Good morning, nice to see you.
You're most welcome and thank you for joining us this morning. First of all, Faris, I already see your backpack with you. So it means you are a very professional traveler. Even here in the studio, you're bringing your bag. So I need to know more. Sometimes in our vacation times, we travel. It's like regular travels, like in like 3 times, 4 times per year, people travels. So what's about the difference between like a normal tourist, regular traveler, and a professional traveler?
In my opinion, a tourist is somebody who is looking to get away from their regular routine. They're looking for a break from their normal lives. And so when they travel, they're looking for a way to distract themselves. A traveler is somebody who is focused on the country that they're going to. They're looking to learn about the culture, the history, the religion, the food, and everything that that country has to offer. A professional traveler, I would say the definition is built into the word. So he or she does it as a profession and is paid for it. The danger is if you get too much into professional traveling, the magic kind of is, it evaporates.
Really?
And so you kind of have to find a balance between the two, between doing it out of love and for money.
Well, does it really vanish, that magic, Faris? Because I know a lot of us really loves to travel. That thing about, we call it the happiness corridor, isn't it? And we go to that airplane and the first breath you take it from the atmospheric you're going to. I know a lot of the travelers we are seeing around in backpackers, you've got a lot of equipment going on with you. You don't stay in fancy hotels, again we may say that, but sometimes in inns, sometimes in the wilderness. So when did you really knew that, yes, I want to be a professional traveler, this is my line?
Well, I would say that for me personally, it's in my DNA. My grandfather, God rest his soul, on my father's side was an ambassador. Both of my parents, my mother's parents were born in India and some are still there actually. The rest of that side of the family is pretty much everywhere in Beirut, in London and in the States and obviously over here. I personally grew up around the world in Morocco, in Tunisia, in Turkey. I've lived in the UK 3 different times. So I kind of grew up, let's say, as a traveler, as a resident of different parts of the world, being exposed to different kinds of people, different cultures. And so I would say, you know, the seed was planted very early. And when I started doing this, you know, casually, I liked the response that I got from people, and I was encouraged to begin doing this professionally.
Well, this is so much fun, Abdulaziz.
Yeah, the good thing that you're already saying that when you were raised up in the passenger, in the flight seat. So that's the good thing. Even my co-host Amal telling you about you don't be in the fancy hotels, you just like to explore, you just take your bag and go whatever you want to go. That's when you pass on, when you stand on your feet in a new land, you just walk. I know you're searching for something. That's a good thing.
Yes, the hotel. I mean, the hotel is one part of the experience.
Sure.
I mean, I've done everything. I've done. I've camped in the middle of the Sahara in Morocco and in Tunisia. I've stayed in youth hostels. I've stayed in 5-star hotels. It depends on the experience that you're looking for, and it depends on your, let's say, comfort tolerance.
This is so important.
That's the point.
Take me to a question, my friend. So now I am already know that the difference between the professional and already regular traveler. So even professional travelers have types. I see some people seek for something, even in their social media account, even your this is a community you already know. So what about the types and what is your type?
In my opinion, traveling isn't really a discipline, it's more of a passion. And it really depends on what your soul needs at that particular point in time when you begin planning your trip. Sometimes you need a trip just to relax. Sometimes you need a trip because you are curious about the place that you want to go to. And it doesn't mean that one particular trip can only be in one category. each trip can encompass different kinds of categories.
Nice. So
This is wonderful. I'm really related to that. You know me, Abdulaziz.
I see your eyes already.
Yeah, I'm all shiny eyes about traveling because I can relate. If you're going to a place and you really love that place, you want to explore it, all kind of explorations, even staying in the woods or in the Sahara. So a lot of difficulties really encounters each and every one of us, even if we are traveling to our relatives somewhere. So what are the most difficulties that, let's say, Faris really faced during those travels, the significant ones? We want to know about a story about that.
I think you can overcome a lot of these difficulties by doing your research properly before leaving. A lot of it is common sense, blending into the crowd, knowing what the dangerous parts are, and really, especially as a solo traveler, there are extra layers of protection that you need. Never say that you're going alone, always say that you're meeting friends or that you're meeting relatives. Never look like a tourist, never look like you're lost, always know, or at least look like you know where you want to go.
I can see something on the screen.
Yes.
And I think this is the tea ceremony in Japan.
That was the tea ceremony that we did as part of our Blue Book trip to Japan. And over here are the fountains in one of the main parks in Moscow. As you know, Russia was part of the Soviet Union, so that park had different features from different parts of the different countries that made up the Soviet Union.
Okay. So it's near the Kremlin, I think, or something like that?
Not too far.
No.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so it goes me to a question, because you're already talking about some of your of the traveling, about the tea thing in Japan, our brothers. So when you travel, you face too many things. There is something in your mind you will not forget, for sure. Can you tell us one of the experience you already gained? What happened to you? One of the things that you already, one of the stories.
As a positive experience, you mean?
We want positivity in the morning.
Positivity. Well, the main thing of what we do as Blue Book is we try to break down cultural barriers. And so when we went to Japan, our focus was on experiencing authentic Japanese culture. And part of that is exchanging gifts. And so at the very end of our tour, we had a Japanese guide, and we gave her a traditional thobe, and she put it on, and we showed her what the regular, traditional Kuwaiti dance is, and she actually danced for us. So it was.
This is really fun, seeing her doing the samri and the
yes, in thobe. Yes,
yes.
And she picked up Arabic words just from listening to our group
so
as well.
From kimono to
thobe. Yes.
And samri, don't forget about the samri.
Yes.
Yes, it is. So I know that it is risky to travel, especially if you are a professional one and you want to explore and show the, let's say, the audience what or how to go and where to go and what to do in a country. But it is also expensive, Faris. I know that is much expensive. So who is funding Faris Almussallam?
At the moment, Faris Almussallam is funding Faris Almussallam.
Mashallah.
Alhamdulillah. I've been very lucky. In general, we have to admit that travel it's not only a luxury, but it's also a privilege. Yeah. If there are any sponsors who would like to sponsor me, I'm open to discussion.
Well, this is really.
But even in terms of cost, everything is according to a scale. Any trip can be as cheap or as expensive as you want it. There's always many different options to explore.
Can I steal this question, Abdulaziz?
Yeah.
I always steal questions from my co-host.
Because this is like her passion, so she needs to ask as a professional as you are. You can tell us something.
Well. Thank you, Aziz.
Take your time, mic with you.
Thank you. Faris, I know that a lot of people are watching us right now. And we know, inshallah, soon the flights will open, commercial flights, that is. And because we were compounded and inside each homes and lands, so when someone wants to travel, they want to explore. So if wants to contact you, can you give them a trip and do it all for them if they wanted, if they told you that what the needs they want?
Yes, yes. We do it in two ways. Either they can sign up to one of our trips, which we had already advertised, or if they have something specific in mind and they don't want us to join them, we can plan it for them from A to Z.
So it is this easy, Abdulaziz.
So
me and you next time.
So
definitely.
It goes me to a question. I already see the videos. I already see my friends. So you have your own community. So you're traveling together, right? You don't travel single, like you don't go solo.
Well, I do a bit of a mix. I enjoy group travel. However, I got used to traveling on my own ever since I was in university. And they both have their own pleasures, because when you're on your own, you're not tied to anybody else's schedules. But when you're with a group, then you can play off of each other's energies and you support each other. And, it's a different kind of fun. They both have their different shades of pleasure, let's say.
And love.
And love.
We'd say we can see in the toolbox the things that you really went to, and the photos are really unique. We can see how marvelous if someone has a passion for it. So if you took a picture or a photo, you know where to take it and how to take it.
Thank you so much.
So yes, and we miss traveling, dear viewers. Me, Faisal, even Aziz, I know he is into travel. So next time, me and Aziz, because we finished our vaccination, both of us took our 2 doses. I think even you did it, right?
Yes.
So you want to go visit these places that Faris went, or any place you want to visit your relatives in their own home. You have to have your 2 shots of vaccine. Take your precautionary measures. We know that the world is not the same anymore. And yes, that takes me to a final question, Faris. We know that the world is not the same anymore. So traveling, what will it be for Faris next?
Well, I'd say in the near future, there will be some residual COVID restrictions because it hasn't really been lifted 100%. However, it will change in time. Everything evolves, everything changes. And it's part of being safe. It's just another level of safety that everyone needs to be aware of. It's common sense at the end of the day.
Yes.
Nice.
Aziz,
Amazing.
you got your shots.
But now I will give you your mic again.
Okay.
I know you want to something. You have something you want to say.
Well, this is it. As Faris just told us, common sense makes it all. If you want to go to any place, you have to take your precautionary measures. Go have a vaccine. Vaccinate yourself and your family for the safety of it. Traveling is just by 2 steps of vaccination and safety. Be safe. Thank you very much, Faris Almussallam, for being here with us and giving us all of that. Abdulaziz, I think this is your turn now.
Yeah, okay. I'd like to thank you, Mr. Faris Almussallam, for being with us today, sharing too much.